morning! So, we're supposed to go on a hiking trip at Bukit Gasing, but we can't go today, another day. That's a video for another day. So, we just had breakfast. Now, we're walking back to our university. And today, I'm going to film about my university. Hey guys, so we're back here in MAHSA University. Fit Rebel. So I don't actually know where to start, so I was like, why not let's start from the main entrance, which is there. Can you see? Usually people who take the bus, whether they come to MAHSA or they're leaving from MAHSA, so they will actually get dropped off there at the main entrance, and they will actually walk through this walkway. There's two walkways. One is there at the back. Can you see the trees there? Most people tend to walk there, but honestly this is a better area because it's shaded. The first building on the left, if you enter through the main entrance, is the ballroom. So I can't enter, as you can see it's closed actually. So this is where all the events will be held. Well, not all the events, most of the events will be held, like the graduation, any festival, open houses, so it'll be held here. It's actually really beautiful inside. It's kind of sad I can't actually enter and show you how beautiful it is. In the same building, on the left after that, it's the swimming pool and the gymnasium. I don't have a gym membership here. Like, if we have a gym membership, it's only 50 ringgit and you can use the pool. So I don't have a membership because I'm gonna move out soon, which is actually in like a few days from now. So I'm gonna move out because of my practical, and I love swimming here. Honestly, it's really fun. It's 6 feet to 18 feet deep, and I always swim in the 6 feet part only, and I don't know how to swim. I do enjoy, however, swimming here. I am at the yoga deck. Okay, so this area is called the yoga deck, and honestly we don't have a yoga club here yet, so any of you who are considering joining MAHSA might not form a yoga club, because I do love yoga and I haven't done yoga in such a long time. I used to do it back when I was in high school, so that's like what, 3-4 years ago. I am at the gym now. Too bad though I can't enter the gym because, like I said before, I don't have a gym membership, so I can only video it from outside. As you can see, the gym actually has a lot of equipments, and I've never tried the other equipments before. It's kind of daunting and scary for me, and honestly I feel self-conscious. I went in once when they had a trial period of 2 weeks, and I didn't try the others. I was quite shy. Especially the deadlift. I don't think I can do deadlifts. I don't think I can carry weights. I don't think I can lift weights. I only went for the treadmill. Anybody who loves swimming, do leave a comment down below. And also, how did you learn swimming? Did you join classes before, or were you self-taught like Rebel here? So when you enter into MAHSA University, on the right side you will come across two buildings, okay? So as you can see here, this one and that one. This building name is Empathy Building. You see? It's Empathy Building. And the other building name is Humanity Building. And before this, actually, it wasn't called Empathy and Humanity Building. Empathy Building used to be Pharmacy Block, and Humanity Building used to be Dental Block. So for us who joined before the original names were changed, we still refer it to as Dental Block and Pharmacy Building, or Dental Block, Pharmacy Block. So what do we have in our empathy building? I'm not quite sure, because this building, although previously it was called pharmacy block, it belongs more to the engineering students. And when we actually use it, like when the course that I take, when we actually use it, we only go to the 7th floor, and the 7th floor they have all the labs for our biochemistry lessons, and recently, or our physiology lessons for practical. Okay, we just completed our 2nd year research project, and most of the time it involved us being in the lab because we were testing on the prevalence of anemia among the students and staffs here in MAHSA University. So it involves us almost every day going to the lab and asking people to volunteer for our study. Currently there's an event going on. Well, not exactly an event. So do you know Mommy brand? They're having the tree slurp challenge. I think it's for the spicy mee bowl. So it's like who can finish the fastest within 3 slurps. I honestly don't think I can take it. I'm a vegetarian, so. So what do we actually have in our humanity building? So this building, actually even the empathy building, if you go to the 2nd floor of the empathy, humanity, and the main block are all connected through a bridge, and they call it the spine walk. Most of my classes, my everyday lectures will be held in this building, humanity building. So it will be on the 2nd floor, and every morning I will get up and I have to be there by 9, and when I was in year 1 it was by 8. So I have to rush here, and it's just beside the habitat. And what is the habitat? The habitat is actually the cafeteria, and I like how they name the cafeteria the habitat, because essentially those who love food, yes, the name should be the habitat. Okay, so I'm in the habitat now, and if you look towards my right, you can see, yeah, so this is the cafeteria within the cafe. It's actually called the Lake House, and if you want to get all your cakes and pastries and coffee, cappuccino mocha, and Frozies, milkshake, you can get it there at the Lake House. And I actually used to work part-time there as a barista in my 1st year, then I stopped after that. Now if you look toward my left here, you can see actually it's HUG. We call it HUGS here. So it stands for House University Grocer. So even though the name is grocer, they don't have apples. But it's basically where we go to get anything that we don't want to go outside, like bread, cleaning products, bed sheets. You want to get something photostated, something bind, you need to print something, you want to get some drinks, cold drinks, so you go over there. So I'm here with my friend Faith. She works as a part-timer here in Hugs. Yeah, that's her. So I used to work here in Hugs as well, but it was only during my 1st year. And over here we have the drink stall. But we don't, it's actually called Yum, but we don't actually go by Yum. Usually we just say we want to get something at the drink stall. So it's much cheaper here. If you want to get something made that is not in the cafe, like for example, like in Malaysia we drink a lot of tea. So if you want to get your teh tarik that's similar to chai, and you want to get your coffee, your brewed coffee or your black coffee, you can get it over here. You can get fruit juice as well. We have 5 different stalls here, 4 different cuisines, 5 different stalls. At the first stall, we have the Indian stall. So if you want all your Indian foods, rice except bread, that's at the first stall. And over here we have the Malaysian or Indonesian cuisine. We have the Chinese cuisine, and they're all halal by the way. And now this side we have the Arabic cuisine. So you can get your shawarma, well I love the shawarma, or your mandi. I don't know if they sell kabsa because I really love kabsa chicken rice. And then over here, if you want to get your dosa or your prata, you can get it made here. So there's actually 2 stalls with Indian cuisine, 2 stalls which are Indian cuisine, 1 Chinese, 1 Arabian cuisine, and 1 Malay cuisine. For those of you who don't like to sit inside, we have the places to sit outside, and it's actually really comfy when it's not sunny. I personally like sitting outside, but I only like to sit outside when it's in the evening, But the thing is, the mosquitoes here are rather vicious, and I get lots of mosquito bites. I rarely sit outside during the evenings. Oh, by the way, we have 2 ponds here which are filled with koi fish. We have fishes here, but you can't go fishing. Refreshing. Now, we are heading over to the main building, or the new name is Unity Building. Inside the Unity building, which is actually it's the information center of the university and the most important place that people will go to when they come to the university. So over here you can see this is where we need to settle our debts. No, I'm just kidding. This is where we actually go for payment for our hostel fees or our tuition fees, or to ask anything regarding financial. And over here is the information counter. So let's say you want to know where's something, where's the lab, where's this and that faculty. So you go over there to the information center. And over here you can see the waiting area. So usually those people who come in to inquire about information on courses in this university, so this is usually where they will go with the agents to speak. Actually have in the Unity building? Well, I'm going to just say according to my course. 7th floor is where we have the Faculty of Medicine, and almost every floor they have their own faculty. Almost all of the faculty are here in this Unity building, although some of the faculties are still in other buildings. As you can see here, yeah, that's actually the 1st floor. It's pretty neat, right? If you go up there, you actually have the Student Visa Center, and you also have the Financial Center. If you want to inquire more about your status, let's say you have some financial issues, that's where you head to, not this part here. When I was studying, I also used to come here a lot because this is where my laboratories are at. I mean, my anatomy lab. See who decided to enter there? Okay, so I'm outside the anatomy lab now. I don't think we can enter because it says authorized personnel only. Yeah, so I'm not gonna try and enter. I'll just video from outside here. So I forgot to mention that over here at level 4 is where we have our early clinical skills lab. We have a simulated ward area. That is where we have our OSCE exams, and when we want to practice on patients, well, actually in our case, since we're preclinical year, we get to only practice on our group mates. Can you see him, that tiny guy? I like the lighting here. Makes me look fair. Dark. Human. We actually have a very beautiful fountain, but the thing is it's not on at the moment. When they actually do switch it on, it will be very colorful at night, especially like it at night. And this is the place where many students will hang out after hours, like, I mean not after hours like midnight, but after hours like during the evening when, you know, everybody goes back, all the classes are done. By the way, we don't have night classes here. But I think for business recently they started, right? Night classes? MBA, oh yeah, for MBA. But I think for masters, it's only Saturday and Sundays, right? Yeah, Saturdays, Sundays. Many people love to chill and hang out here, and personally, I really like it too. But since we're near water, and remember I said how the mosquitoes here are very vicious. I remember when I first entered here, like I used to hang out here with my friends a lot. We would hang out here like until 3. But hey, I mean, we're in campus, so the thing is like, That was before curfew was instilled here, and I used to get many bites here, especially at my feet, and it's so itchy and painful few days afterwards. Like, I don't know, just it suddenly comes without the mosquito even biting. What are you doing? Stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, he filled the 100 plus.
So, what you gonna do? Is somebody throw ashes?
Yeah. Honestly, the weather now is just perfect. It's not hot, it's windy.
100.
It's windy. I love it. Now is the perfect time to hang out here. Can you guys see that connection, that bridge there? Yeah, that's the spine walk. That's the spine walk, and it goes all the way. It goes down there. It goes down there. It does not connect to the hostel, but it goes down at the hostel, like at the ground floor of the hostel. We actually have 2 blocks here, and previously it was called A1 and A2. So the names of the 2 hostel buildings are Equality and Diversity, and honestly I still don't go by that name. I go by A1 and A2. A1 is where all the females are staying, like it's fully female hostel. And A2 is a mixture. I mean, like, they don't actually live like across the hall there's a male living, then across the hall there's a female living. No, it's not co-ed, but co-ed in the sense that half of the building is actually divided. The first half of it is occupied by female, and the second half of it is occupied by males. And actually it was done because there were a lot of females and there were shortage of hostel rooms, right? He knows better because he was here 2 years before I came. What to do, too much females. When you enter MAHSA, there's only 1 lane in and 1 lane out. Most of the time, we use the main entrance to go in and to go out. For those who come in through that entrance, they have to make a turn here at the roundabout. We call this roundabout. So they have to make a turn here, then they can go to like Unity Building, Humanity Building, Empathy Building. You can see this place where I'm walking at now. Here. Yeah. So if you wake up like around 6 or 7, you can find students actually walking here. Some of them jogging, some of them running. And it's really nice because the weather during that time is very nice. I used to wake up like around 5 and go for a walk at 5:30 because the curfew is from 1 a.m. to 5:30 and then 2 a.m. to 5:30 on weekdays. So I used to get up like at 5, and then by the time I'm ready and all, and by the time I get done, it would have been 5:30. So after that, I will go for a walk around like for about like 1 hour, 2 hours. For me, I really love long walks, especially when it's not hot. So it helps me clear my mind and helps me get my steps because hey, I count my steps. Anybody here who counts their steps too? Comment down below. Who usually come and drop off their children or anybody who's studying here, they will park over here. And then those who actually drive and live on campus, they'll park here. They have a choice of parking in the open area or they can park inside where there's shed. Over here, we have the hostel office. And actually above this hostel office is the girls' hostel. It's called the Diversity Building. And then where I live, I actually live in the Equality Building, which is over there. The one that is occupied by both males and females. And honestly, I prefer that one because the lift can get really congested in Diversity Building rather than Equality Building. So even if I'm late, it's not as cramped up when I have to rush to class. And I don't really have to wait so long for the lifts as compared to A1, as compared to Diversity Building. And the lifts there tend to get pretty jammed up more often because a lot of girls live there, a lot of them use the same lift, and yeah, that happens. Especially when you're rushing, you don't want to be late for a lift that stops on every floor and gets filled up before you even reach halfway down. Like, especially if you live on the top floors, like there are 15 floors here and I live on the 11th floor, and that's very high. Imagine the lift is not working and you have to use the stairs to climb. That's like really high. The tendency of that happening at Equality Building is actually very rare, very less, so that's why I love it there. But I'm not gonna show you my place because I actually packed up all my stuff and I'm moving out in what, 2 days? I'm moving out in 2 days. So over here we have another designated car park, and over here we have the motorbike parking. So can you see this row of this road behind me? So at 5:30 it will be accessible for us to go through there, because when we go through there it's actually easier for us to go to the shops rather than, you know, going through the main entrance, making a big turn to go over there. The thing is that it's only open from 5:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. So it's connected to the international school.
Only
Preschool.
High school.
Pre-high school, elementary school. Elementary, so it's only elementary school. Over here we have the basketball court. It's actually a multi-purpose court. Like, I've only seen people playing basketball once. I have never seen them play basketball after that. Like, most of the time I will see people playing football, I would see them playing badminton, I would see them playing cricket, like in the basketball court. I usually avoid taking the stairs. Even in the morning when I'm going to class, a lot of students will take the stairs and I usually avoid the stairs because I don't like stairs. Can you see this guy? He's already going. And I was planning to like walk all the way to Unity Building and take the lift. Should I take the stairs? Why? I hate stairs. I love walking, but I hate stairs. Okay, I'll do it. Finally, we reached the top and it's windy. I love the wind. I like the weather now. It's cloudy. It looks like it's gonna rain heavily. You like heavy rains?
Yeah.
I love. Except when I wanna go out. No. So this is the library. It consists of 2 stories. And I'm not gonna talk when I'm inside, I'm just gonna add some footage because it's a library, I'm not supposed to make a lot of noise. Come in. I think I'm allowed to talk now, but I have to be really quiet. So I hope you guys can hear me. So we have a total of 14 discussion rooms. So a discussion room, basically it consists of a table with 4 chairs. So it can hold up to 6 people max. And basically if you want to use the discussion room, you need a minimum of 3 people to be able to use it, because before this it was like open to 1 person booking. You need to book the room. So it's available based on availability, and many people, they used to book the room, pre-book the room for hours. So per booking, you can only have it for 2 hours. So you need to have a minimum of 3 people. So many people before this, they used to go in there alone and book the room for 2 hours, and then borrow somebody's card and then book it for additional 2 hours after that. Yeah. But it's really, really nice to study in there because it cuts off all the distraction. We have lockers outside of the library, so you can store your stuff safely and you don't have to worry about them being stolen, because you just need to enter the library, give your student card, and then request for a key for the locker to keep your stuffs, and you can keep it there. So I'm actually at this Pine Walk now. Remember I told you it connects 3 buildings together. So it connects the Empathy Building, it connects the Humanity Building, and it also connects the Unity Building. So now this area that we were walking at is called the Pine Walk. And now behind me is the Esports Center. Also have like darts, pool, if you're into it. Yeah, basically those who are into those who are gamers. Like I guess Dota, I don't know what's the game that is in nowadays. League of Legends, I don't know, because during my time it was Dota and League of Legends, and I used to play it then, but I stopped ever since I entered university. So I'm actually at the open area now. We actually call this the stadium. Okay, maybe not me, only me. I call this the open air stadium because can you see? So they rarely have events here. I don't actually know what's the purpose of this, but I guess it's like if there's any performances in the open air, they will conduct it here. But we rarely have performances here. It's actually a hangout spot for people, like from around 5 p.m. onwards until 9. So people usually hang out here, and I remember I used to cook and then I would bring it down and I would eat with my friends here. Yeah, it's actually quite a nice area. It's not so hot. And it's actually drizzling now, so I think I have to cut my vlogging here. But I had fun. I had fun showing you guys around. Okay.